Hello everyone, in today's session we are talking about spotting errors theory part 7. Let's begin. Index. Some specific preposition omitted. So with this part we will talk about some specific prepositions and prepositions which are omitted. Read the disclaimer. The images used in our slide deck are for educational purposes only. We respect the intellectual property rights of the original creators and owners of these images. If you are the owner of any of the images used in this deck and have any concerns or issues, please contact us at sathee@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the images. Between and among. With this slide, we will talk about between and among. These are prepositions. Between is normally used for two things or persons, but it can also be used of more when we have a definite number in mind and there is a close relationship association within them. So what we have understood, between, we use between with two things or persons, but we can also use between with more than two persons or things. But it should be we should have a definite number in mind. Example, he distributed his property between his two sons. So here we have used the preposition between with two sons. Among is usually used for more than two persons or things when we have no definite number in mind. He was happy to be among friends again. So here we are not sure how many friends we are talking. Among or amongst. Both have same meaning. Either of them can be used if followed by a word beginning with a vowel. Amongst should be used. The use of amongst is usually found in literary writings. So among and amongst have same meaning. Either can be used. Amongst is used usually when a word beginning with a vowel. Amongst is usually used in literary writings. And you will find amongst in literary writings as well. He distributed the toffees amongst the poor. He distributed the toffees amongst us. So here us starts with a vowel. That's why we have used among. Of is used in following situations referring location, east of here, the middle of the road, possession, a friend of mine, the sound of music, part of a group, one of us, a member of the team, measurement, a cup of milk, 2 meters of snow. So what we have understood? Of here refers to location. In second, of refers to position, a friend of mine. There are so many friends and he's one of them. Part of a group, one of us. Us refers to a group and one refers to a part. Member refers to a part and team refers to a group. Measurement. So we have measured milk with the help of cup, a unit, 2 meters of snow. Of is used in referring, not on, away from, please keep off the grass. So of here is referring to away from. At some distance from, there are islands off the coast. So of here is referring to at some distance, a short distance. Above and over. Above and over both mean higher than, sometimes either can be used. The helicopter hovered above or over us. You can use either. White flags were waved above or over the buildings. But over also mean covering on the other side of across. So over has different meanings. I put a cloth over her. It means covering, giving the sense of covering. He lives over this mountain on the other side. There is a bridge over the railway line across. Above can have none of these meanings. So with these meaning we use over, not above. Above over. Over can mean higher in rank as well. He's over me. It means he's my immediate boss. Over is used with meals for drink. He had a chat over a cup of tea while drinking tea. The matter was decided over the lunch. Above is also used meaning earlier or previous. So we can use above to mean earlier or previous. He lives at the above address previously mentioned. For details, please see P1 above, which means previously mentioned. Make of and make from. Both refers to material used. Made of is used when the shape of the material is not changed. So we use make of or made of when the shape of the material is not changed. A notebook is made of papers. A house is made of bricks. Make from is used when the shape of the material has undergone a total change. Butter is made from milk. So there we can see a change from milk to butter. Paper is made from grass to paper. In with. In is used in following situations. Place thought of as an area in London, in Europe, within a location, in the room, in the building. Large units of time that happen in March in 1992. Within a certain time, I will written in an hour, you can also say. By means of, write in pencil, write how? In pencil. Speak how? In English. Conditions, we use in for conditions as well. In doubt, in a hurry, in secret. So I was in doubt. So it refers to condition. A member of, he is in the orchestra or in the navy. Wearing, the boy in the blue shirt. With reference to, lacking any ideas, rich in oil. In with. With is used in following situations. In reference to accompanying, he came with her. I have my keys with me. In reference to having or containing, here is a book with a map of the island. By means of or using, I repaired the shoes with glue. I repaired the shoes how? With glue. So it is referring to by means of or using glue. In reference to manner, with pleasure, with ease, with difficulty. So I wrote the letter with difficulty. It shows the manner, how one writes. Because of, we were paralyzed with fear. In reference to agreement, I agree with you. Opposite or in front of. Opposite is used meaning antonym and position in front of. In front of always means front position. See the following example. Ram and Shah are having a meal. Ram is sitting at one side of the table and Sham at the other side. Example, we will say Ram is sitting opposite Sham. So it means Ram is facing Sham. People living on one side of a street will talk of the houses on the other side as the houses opposite rather than the houses in front of us. His house is opposite to ours. I hope you understood. In front of is used in following ways. He parked the car in front of the hotel. He put the plates on the table in front of us. By and before. By a time, by a date usually implies before that time or date. Example, the train starts at 7:15, so you had better be at the station by 7. It means before that time or date. By a time expression structure is often used with future perfect tense. I will have read all those books by the end of July. So by the end of July is referring to a deadline. Before can be used as a preposition or as a conjunction or as an adverb. It has 3 ways. Before signing this agreement, let us discuss each and every point threadbare. So before here use as a preparation, because signing is a gerund with it. Before you sign this, you can discuss it with your father, because here before is here as used as a conjunction, because it is connecting two clauses. You sign this, or you can discuss it with your father. I have seen her somewhere before. Before here is used as an adverb. That's why we have placed it at the end of the sentence. Afterwards. After must be followed by a noun, pronoun or gerund. After breakfast, he ordered taxi. If we do not like to use a noun, pronoun or gerund, we can not use after, but we can use afterwards or then. Example, don't have a meal and run immediately afterwards. Let's talk about but and except. Both have the same meaning and are usually interchangeable. After nobody, none, nothing, nowhere, etc., usually but is used. Nobody but Shyam knew the way. So here you can see we have used nobody, and after nobody we use but. It means except. Nothing but the best is sold in our shop. I hope you understood. Except is used when the prepositional phrase comes later in a sentence. Nobody knew the way except Shyam. So we use except. When we use except as a preposition, it is placed at the end of the sentence. After but and except, bare infinitive, which means infinitive without to, is used. Let's talk about to and towards. The preposition to indicates movement with the aim of a specific destination, which can be a place or an event. Example, I am going to USA tomorrow. I need to go to the bank. Can you tell me the way to the station? So with the help of to, we are talking about destinations. Are you going to the party? Up to is often used to express movement to a person. She came up to me and asked me what the time was. The preposition to is sometimes used to indicate a specific position, especially if a person or object is facing something. There is a door to your left. He stood with his back to the window. To towards. Towards. The preposition towards indicates movements in a particular direction. Example, everyone sitting in the room turned towards me. So towards is referring to a direction, not a destination. She was carrying a suitcase and walking towards the railway station. So railway station could be either a destination or a direction. But as we have put towards here, it refers to a direction, not a destination. The contrast has been expressed in the following two examples. I am going to New York for a meeting. I think we are heading towards New York now. We must have gone wrong. In example A, to refers to a specific destination. So in example A, we are talking about a destination to New York. In the example B, with towards, the direction of movement is more importantly indicated. Through into. The preposition through refers to movement within a space, which can be thought of as three-dimensional. They drove through some spectacular countryside. The canal flows through the city center. The city center is a three-dimensional. Through usually suggests movement across an entire space from one side of something to another. He cut through the wire from one side to the another. The preposition into refers to movement from the outside to the inside of a three-dimensional space. We got into the back of the car. She reached into her bag and found the keys. With certain verbs, into can be used to express the idea of movement in the direction of something, often resulting in actually hitting it. As in the example B below. Example, she looked straight into her eyes. she, served, and crashed into the fence. Across, over, along. The preposition across and over are used to talk about movement from one side of a place to another. They usually refer to movement in relation to places which can be thought of as two-dimensional, such as surfaces, example, a lawn, or lines, example, a river. He will jump over the wall and open the gate. It is the first time I have flown across the Atlantic. Over also functions as a preposition expressing position. It often has a similar meaning to the preposition above. There was a mirror above the sink. So here we have used above as well, and over is already correct. One of its core uses, however, is to express position in relation to a two-dimensional surface. So one of its core uses is to express position. Example, a white tablecloth was spread over the table. Or to show when something is positioned on the opposite side of a line, example, road, bridge, etc. The hotel is over the bridge. It means opposite. Across is sometimes used to express position in relation to something which stretches from one side of a place to another. There was a barrier across the road. It means from one side to another. Across, over, along. Over is also used to show when something is positioned on the opposite side of a place in relation to the speaker. The bank is across the street. It means the opposite. The preposition along is used to show movement following a line. We walked along the river. So we refer to a river with the help of a line, which means line-like objects, like road. I followed Mr. Jackson along the corridor, line-like objects. Well-wishers began placing flowers along the railings, line-like objects. It is also sometimes used to show a specific position in relation to a line. Somewhere along the path, there is a signpost. Or to show when a group of things are positioned in a line next to something. There were plenty of restaurants along the riverfront. So in a line next to something. Prepositions omitted. Some transitive verbs do not take prepositions with them. Such commonly used verbs are reach, resist, resemble, afford, accompany, attack, assist, pick, pervade, precede, obey, order, compact, benefit, inform, violate. So with these verbs, we do not use prepositions because these are transitive verbs. He ordered for a cup of tea, which is incorrect. He ordered a cup of tea, which is correct. Because ordered is a transitive verb and it takes an object after it, not a preposition. India attacked on Pakistan, incorrect. India attacked Pakistan, which is correct. He informed to me yesterday, incorrect. He informed me yesterday, correct. If verb showing movement like go, get, etc. is used with home, we should not use any preposition before home. So if you find a verb used like go, get, etc. with home, do not use any preposition. It took them 3 hours to get home. So we haven't used any preposition between get and home. I went home by bus. I went where? Home. If any pronoun, adjective, phrase is used immediately before home, the use of preposition is necessary. So if you find a pronoun is used or adjective or a phrase immediately before home, use of preposition is necessary. She returned to her husband's home. So here we have used a noun or a phrase here. That's why we have used to here. I went to his home. Here again we have used the pronoun his. That's why we have used to. Preposition omitted. The preposition at is also used with home. You can do this work at home. We can stay at home. Verbs denoting command, request, invitation, and advice. Example: advise, ask, beg, command, encourage, implore, invite, order, recommend, remind, request, tell, urge, want can be followed directly by the person address without the use of the preposition to. So with these verbs, we do not use the preposition to because these are verbs of communication. I advise her to wait. So here we haven't used the preposition to between advise and her. We urge him to try again. I reminded them that there were no trains after 8 p.m. So you may feel confused that we have used to here, but this to is not a preposition. This is used to make an infinitive, to wait. She warned him that the ice was thin. I hope you understood the session. Let's meet in the next session. Till then, thank you.